When creating Cornell notes, the first thing we need to do is put our 4-part heading in the top right corner of our notebook paper. So that will be first your page number, your first and your last name, the date that you are writing the notes, and the class period that you have civics. On the top line, you will write the title of the notes, and if it takes a second line, that's no big deal. You're going to skip a line below the title of the notes, and then you're going to write the essential question, or EQ, and you will see that question given to you on your notes. Now that you have your 4-part heading, your title, and your essential question, now we need to separate our paper into skinny side and wide side. So you will always take the side with the holes, and you will fold that towards or all the way to the red line on the right-hand side. Then you need to open your paper up, and then starting from the first notebook line, not the very bottom line with no blue below it, you need to count between 6 and 8 notebook lines up, and then draw a line straight across from edge to edge. Looking at my example, I have 7 full notebook lines from the summary line that I drew, that black line going across, all the way down to the last blue notebook line. Once you have that horizontal line drawn from edge to edge on the bottom 6 to 8 notebook lines of your paper, now we're ready to draw a line down the vertical crease. Your line is going to go below the essential question, and it will stop at the horizontal line going from edge to edge of your paper, as seen on the screen. Flip your notebook paper over, and again, make a horizontal line from edge to edge on the exact same spot that you have on the front. It should be between 6 and 8 notebook lines from the bottom blue line. Again, mine is 7 notebook lines. Once you have that bottom horizontal line drawn from edge to edge, now trace the crease from the very top notebook line right below the big white space and ending at that horizontal line towards the bottom. If you need additional paper to take your notes on, all the other papers will only have 2 things in the top right corner. It will have the same page number, but the second page will be letter B. B is the second letter in the alphabet. The third page, if you need it, will be the page number and letter C. And then all of these papers will just have your first initial and your last name. On any additional papers you need for your Cornell notes, you will do the same process, counting from the first blue notebook line on the bottom of the paper. You need to count between 6 and 8 notebook lines. Draw a line straight across from edge to edge of your paper. Then, taking the left side of the paper, the side with the holes, fold the left side towards or to the red line on the right-hand side. Open your paper up and trace the crease from the top blue notebook line right below the big white space, and stopping when you reach the horizontal line towards the bottom of your paper that goes from edge to edge. If you needed room on the back of that second page or the third page of notes, then you would again flip the paper over and draw a horizontal line from edge to edge between 6 and 8 notebook lines from the bottom. You would then draw a line down the crease from below the white space where the first blue notebook line starts, and again stopping or ending at that horizontal line that goes from edge to edge towards the bottom of your paper. Repeat this for as many sheets of notebook paper that you will need to take your notes. The bigger you write, the more paper you will need. Don't worry about that. The notes are going to look neat and are going to help you to study. When you are taking notes, you will always write your notes on the wide side of your paper. So on the front of all of your notebook papers, the wide side should be on the right. When you flip your notebook paper over to write on the back of your Cornell notes, the wide side should always be on the left. Regardless, we want the maximum space to write our notes. When you are done writing a chunk of notes, a topic of notes, you must skip a line, creating a white space between that chunk of notes and the next topic or chunk of notes. Once you have written your notes, you're going to go back through and reread them. And this time, using either a highlighter or a color different from that you used to take your notes, you are going to underline or highlight the key words or terms. You are not underlining or highlighting sentences. We're just looking for main terms, concepts, or words that you want to jump out at you as you are studying. Once you are done identifying the key terms, concepts, or words and underlining or highlighting them, then you're going to reread the notes again. And for each chunk or topic of notes, you are going to write at least one level 1 and one level 2 question that the notes answer. You are not writing the answers. You've already written the answers. Those are called your notes. You are writing questions that the notes are the answers for. That very bottom of each page of notes is where you're going to write your summary. And the summary will only summarize that side of notes. So each side of notes will have its own summary. So to write the summary, you're going to reread that side of notes and that side of notes only. And then you're going to think about what are the main ideas that are on that side of notes and what is the information that supports those main ideas. We're not looking for examples. We're looking for main ideas and supporting evidence. Once you have thought about that and you've had a chance to organize your thoughts, then in complete sentences, you will write those main ideas and supporting evidence. That is your summary. You will not write, in these notes I have learned, this summary is about, this page of notes is about. Just write the main idea and supporting details of that side of notes. These will be in complete sentences. Every sentence starts with a capital letter, and every sentence ends with a period. Here is the rubric for completing your Cornell notes. Please note that creating your Cornell notes, dividing it wide side, skinny side, putting the questions opposite the notes, that is part of your grade. So first of all, you get 2 points for having your correct heading in the top right corner. You get another 2 points for writing the title on the top line and then the essential question below the title. You get 2 points for circling, highlighting, or underlining those keywords in your notes. You are expected to abbreviate your notes when possible, and we will talk about that a little bit more in class. That is worth 2 points. To not write out entire words, writing symbols for words, like an up arrow for increase, for instance. You get 2 points for writing a mixture of level 1 and level 2 questions per chunk. Your questions can never be yes-no questions, true-false questions, or questions that are not able to be answered by the notes on the wide side. Your questions will be in the skinny side of your notes, that 1/3 column of your notes, and will fit directly with the notes that are written on the opposite side, on the wide side. For each side, you will have a summary of notes that identifies the most important information, is written in complete sentences with no abbreviations, and that summary is going to show what you have learned from that side of notes. That is also 2 points. And then you also get 2 points for not including in your summary things such as, these notes are about, and these notes I learned, this summary is about, in this summary. You're just going to write the information, the main ideas, and supporting evidence, no filler. In addition to items 1 through 8, which are worth 2 points each, you will get 1 point for having your page set up correctly. 1/3 of your page is on the left, 2/3 of your Cornell notes is on the right. There's a summary section on the bottom. That is true for all pages front and back. You will get 1 point for writing your notes on the wide side. You will get 1 point for having a blank notebook line in between each chunk or topic of notes. And lastly, you will get 1 point for having your notes neat and legible. If you cannot read them, then they are useless to you. They need to be neat, they need to have those white spaces, they need to be user-friendly. If you notice on the bottom, there's a grading scale so that you will always know what you need to do to get an A, a B, a C, a D, or what not to do to avoid getting an F. So that grading scale is below. Hopefully this will be very useful to you as we create Cornell notes throughout the year.